Hi, I'm Tim McKaig. I am a pastor in Logansport, Indiana. I was out on the East Coast with my wife last year. We went to support our son-in-law who was being deployed to Afghanistan. I took my wife on a couple of side trips. I couldn't keep up with her. She suggested that if I wanted to travel with her after I retired, I was going to have to get fit or enjoy the sights of the country and the world from my easy chair with the pictures she brought home. I began to think that maybe 10 years difference in us was not the reason I couldn't keep up with her, and I needed to get fit. And so when I came home, I started looking online for places that I could go and learn to eat right and exercise. I found a place in South Carolina that really sounded good. I could get up and go to a class in the morning and then get a 9 o'clock tea time and have lunch and sit around the pool in the afternoon and maybe swim a lap. I figured that wasn't the kind of accountability I needed though. And my wife suggested Biggest Loser, and I said, I don't want to be on the show. She said, not the show, they have resorts. And as I looked online, I saw the resort in New York said to bring snow clothes. The resort in Chicago said, bring snow clothes. The resort in Utah said, bring snow clothes. And then there was Malibu, and I chose Malibu. And I'm so thankful I did, because it's been a great experience. I got here January the 5th. I was scared to death. I'm 62 years old. I've always kind of fancied myself as an athlete, just one that had gotten a little over the hill. I walked up the steps here to weigh in and found myself huffing and puffing, and it took quite a bit of time to get over that. And I realized that I had more work to do than I had imagined. I was scared because I was afraid of failing. I did not have the concept in mind that my body could do almost anything, that it was my mind that was the problem. And every time I wanted to do something physically, my mind either said, you can't do that, or it said, you've got to be kidding. Once I got here and began to do the work as best I could that the trainers and hike guides were asking for, I discovered there was a lot more that I could do than I thought. I got excited. During my stay here, a couple things have happened that I had to overcome. One, I got homesick about the second week. I've been married almost 28 years, and I could not fathom 8 weeks without my wife. But I fought through that. The third week I was here, I got dehydrated and spent 3 days in the hospital. It was not how I envisioned that third week going, but it was a good time for my body to recoup and recover a little bit from the stress of working out as much as I was. Week 4 began with a new determination. I have pushed forward. I've overcome my fear. I've overcome the idea that when I set out to do something of a physical nature, I'm going to fail or quit. I have overcome all the obstacles that were in my way during this 8-week period here. I am going to be leaving the Biggest Loser resort. I'm really kind of nervous about going home. I've got really mixed emotions because I've made such good friendships here, not just with the guests, but with the staff and trainers, and all the folks here have just been wonderful. And so it's going to be bittersweet to leave, but I am so excited to get home and see my wife and visit my kids, get back to the church. I plan to do a couple of things differently than I was before I came. I spent 60 to 80 hours a week working, and I have committed to cut that down and spend extra time at home and help my wife fix meals. It's such a difficult struggle to plan meals every day, then to fix them and to clean up after, and I wasn't very good about helping in the kitchen, but I'm committed to do that and to continue to eat the way I have here because I've been very satisfied with the amount of food I've had. I'm going to join a gym and seek out a personal trainer to continue the work. I've had great success here. I've lost 40 pounds and I hope to lose about 35 more. So I want to continue so that when I come back next year, I'm going to be smaller than when I leave. The church where I pastor, Shiloh Christian Church, has been fabulous throughout this whole process. They have supported me incredibly as I have been on this journey. They have sent mail. They threw a big party for me going away, and they're having one when I come back to just express appreciation for what I've done. As I was leaving, I had a number of people say to me, "Thank you for what you're doing and what you've shared with us, because I've got similar issues. You're inspiring me to address those issues myself." As part of what the church has done in my absence, we've brought in trainers, we've brought in health coaches, we have had nutritionists and dietitians in to help with all kinds of wellness and fitness. When I get back, we're going to build a walking trail with exercise stops. We hope to build a prayer labyrinth for some of our older members in the church and to continue a path of wellness. One of the lovely things about Shiloh is that the fellowship is great. Every Sunday morning we sit down and drink coffee and eat donuts together. But in my absence, they have begun to have fruit and whole grain muffins, a little healthier stuff for the fellowship. So I'm looking forward to going back and having an orange or a banana. So the church has been incredible throughout this whole process. And I'm just excited to go home and resume ministry again.